I hate being stuck in this room. I want to weave and work. I'm as capable as any other woman.
No, remain seated, mistress. The master ordered that you should not tire yourself during this period. You could do harm to his baby.
Such nonsense. In Sparta, we girls used to exercise each day. The healthier the mother, the healthier the child. And is it not the child's health that gets priority?
I think my husband knows what's best for his little son. Oh, I do hope it's a boy.
Why? Woman's role in society is equal to that of any man. We bear their sons. We create new citizens to protect our city. They would be helpless without us.
Yeah, well, that's the Spartan fairy tale, honey. Welcome to the real world.
In Sparta, women are appreciated, Heather.
Oh, sure! So that's why you dressed up like a man at your wedding.
So you're familiar with Spartan habits all of a sudden? Our children, boys and girls, are the strongest of Greece, if not of the whole world. But what would you know of that? You only ever make love to make money.
Anna!
No, Billy, it's quite alright. She doesn't understand that the job of a prostitute is so much more than making love for money. Men appreciate my company, and not just because I'm a lust object to them, though.
Oh, yes. Your intellectual qualities are appealing, surely.
Men like being able to talk to a woman about politics or philosophy. Normally they can't even have a proper conversation with their own wives, so they come to me instead. You have no idea how many possibilities it gives me.
What a waste of time. You could have conceived at least 5 children in the time it took you to master your subjects.
I have a daughter.
And you're raising her to become a prostitute as well?
Indeed.
Stop it, both of you! I didn't invite you over to quarrel about the position of women in Greek society.
I prefer to call it a healthy discussion.
So, mistress, you prefer a son over a daughter?
Yes, I think my husband would be pleased with an heir. He would be grateful.
But wouldn't you be sad to see him educated by someone else? You could raise your own daughter until marriage, and teach her the arts of weaving.
Of course I would. But I know that he will be happy and free.
But wouldn't a daughter of yours be considered a free citizen as well, mistress?
A girl is never free to go out by herself. She rarely goes out at all. A son of mine could freely walk the streets of Athens without having to worry about showing his ankles.
Still, you are free to organize a household in a way that pleases you. I have to do as I am ordered.
But of course you do. You're a slave, Sarah.
I think your freedom is limited, Pelly. I mean, look at your clothing. How can you properly move around in those long skirts? How could you ever look after your children like that?
It is rather suitable to wear for a respectful wife.
Who wants to be a respectful wife if you're not even allowed to move freely? Look at your bare arms, you barely get outdoors.
My father would never allow me to make myself available to every man like you do, Heather. He would rather murder me than to disgrace the family in such a way.
Besides, Master Dominic is good to Pelly. He protects her from men who wish to do her harm. Who protects you, Heather?
Oh, I don't need protection from men. And who says that Dominic won't harm Pelly himself?
Stop speaking ill of my husband. Besides, would he lay one finger upon me, my father would immediately break the good connection that has been established between our 2 families. Dominic could not isolate his family like that.
Well, harm comes in many ways. And you're pregnant, and surely it won't be your last child. So you will lose your youth and your beauty, and Dominic might start to seek company elsewhere with concubines, with slaves in the household. In fact, he might even be sleeping with Sarah here.
That would be dreadful. I beg you not to speak of such horrid things again.
Dominique would never humiliate me. Sarah is right. Be silent if you know what is good for you.
Oh, wake up! Men take what they want, and at one point you won't be able to satisfy his wishes anymore.
Don't be hard on her. As long as she bears his children, he will make love to her. So there's no need to be jealous, honey.
But what comes of me when I cannot conceive children anymore? When my old age takes my beauty away from me?
Well, that is about the last thing you have to worry about. By then, Dominic will be long gone and dead. Isn't the age difference between you about 30 years, so?